My name is Beth Beatty, and I work at Beaconsfield Junior High. I'm what's called a student success teacher. That sometimes is called PASS. In junior high, it looks like trying to get kids reconnected with school that maybe don't feel a total sense of belonging, or they might be suffering from anxiety or struggling with any number of things. And if they miss school or class, I help them catch up academically sometimes, and sometimes it's more about getting kids to come in and feel like it's a place they belong. So we could work on things that aren't academically focused.
My name is Catherine Hoven, and I'm currently a music teacher at Fogwa and Central Academy.
So my name is Melissa Long. I'm currently a teacher at Stella Maris Academy in Trepassey. They are resources that really give you the breakdown of how to talk about substances, really gives you different ideas and scripts and lesson plans that are very thoughtful, very well put together. Substances and talking about substances is a part of life. And as teachers, it's important that we're talking about that, because many students are, while they might not be ingesting the substances themselves, they're living in a household where substances are ingested. It's a daily part of many students' lives. And it's important that we're talking about meeting students where they are and talking about things that are happening in their lives. Talking about using DECYDE resources is also about social and emotional wellness for our students. And if we don't have social and emotional needs met, we can't teach the curriculum.
Substance use in health is something that definitely needs to be covered, and I know it's not what everyone's comfortable with, but these resources can really give you the confidence that you need to feel like you can do this. But you also need to be honest with your students, and that's part of your classroom norms. If they ask you a question you don't know, and the answer's not there for you, tell them you don't know. You are going to get so much further with your students if they feel like you are being honest and truthful with them. So setting up the classroom norms, having that relationships with your students, having them feel comfortable with you is something that would be really key in all of this when you do this in class.
And it's so important to build that relationship so that they feel comfortable.
They want to know things. They come with the questions. They want to know what's going on. So the relationships you can build with these students to set that a level of trust with them. If you're the person that has talked to them about this stuff in class, if they come to school on a Monday and something happened over the weekend and they need to talk to somebody, they know they can talk to you. You've set up that safe space for them by just bringing up a topic that might be taboo in their household, that they can't have anyone to talk to. But this sort of takes the stigma away from it and makes sure that nobody is dealing with any of this in their lives in private, that they know that there's someone that they can talk to because they just need someone that they can reach out to. The DECYDE resources were a lifesaver for me this year with some of my classes because there's just so much going on in their lives that they don't know what to do with the information, how to process it all. And this was something that was so clear cut and explains it for students and lays it out in a way that you can do it for a week, you can do it for 2 weeks, you can do it for 4 months. You can really take the time to dive into it.
I find the DECYDE materials really helped me to engage with students because it gave me almost a script without giving me a script. It gave me the ideas of how to tackle these more difficult topics. Talking about alcohol and tobacco and cannabis in the classroom is a tricky situation, especially when you are in an area where you know a lot of the students, adults are engaging in these activities.
This has always been a topic that's been difficult to find reliable resources that are current. So many things are outdated and you don't want to give them misinformation on purpose, but you have to find reliable things that you can trust the source, that have the facts checked for you, and it's all there laid out for the way you need to use it.
The DECYDE program is very much a grab and go. You don't have to do a lot of extra research for yourself as a teacher. It's very straightforward laid out. It gives everything that you need. It's a very nice, tidy package, which is exactly what teachers need.
These resources are spot on for what our students are going through these days. The case studies were so relatable and they are ones that are relevant. And that's the biggest thing. The kids need to buy into what it is you're teaching them. They need to know that what you're talking about can occur to them, and that you really need to make sure that you have it visually appealing, the colors are great, and it's in language that kids can understand.
It's obvious that a lot of time and research has gone into this work. It's obvious to me as a teacher that time has been taken to speak with students and not just assume this is what students are doing. It's also obvious that they're using real life examples that you might not even think about in the classroom setting that you're using. Real life examples, and really gives a good work through of how to tackle the situation. We use the FACE model. So by using the FACE model, the students are able to really work through the situation.
It's been really important for DECYDE, and it's come out very clearly to take away stigma and bias. Trying to keep the names gender neutral, trying to keep them from all kinds of different cultural backgrounds. It's something when I can't necessarily get kids to engage with regular curriculum and like, let's study the order of planets in space. Like, read a full novel and give me this answer. But if I say to them, hey, like, I got this piece on substance use, or let's learn about cocaine, they're like, okay. Lots of times they walk away with this look on their face like, I kind of get that now. Like, that makes sense, especially when we're talking about the harm reduction stuff, the mental health stuff, some of the, making choices around sexual health when it comes to substance use. Difficult topics. Kids coming from other countries. We have students who are coming from traumatic backgrounds. Students, the big thing being researched now that I'm very interested in is the connections between neurodiversity and substance use in all ages, really, but specifically in youth. I think it has a lot to do with understanding who we are as an individual, who I am as an individual, who the student is an individual, and learning about them. It gives us a chance to learn about ourselves and then use the material to make decisions that make sense. I mean, I personally see a lot of students who turn to substance use because they're either undiagnosed or struggling with their medication or don't like the way their meds feel, any number of reasons, and yet they'll look at a teacher and say, you don't understand, I need my energy drink. That's why it becomes difficult in a gray area. If a substance is helping you get through a day, I'd rather you get through a day than not. The last thing I need to do is make them feel guilty about using a substance. But then we can also talk about why it is they're having those feelings, and try to get them the help that they need. It's harmful behavior, but it's serving a purpose. And we need to get to the root of what that purpose is. And then we can use that purpose, instead of shaming somebody about it, to get at what the real issue is and try to get them help that